My name is Laolu Oluwarinde, and I'm the head of operations of Global Property Partners. You are welcome to this beautiful site called the Pacific Lagos. Pacific Lagos happens to be the next thing, the next property, to look out for in Lagos, Nigeria, even internationally. Uh, it's a 14-floor high-rise, built for mixed development. You'll be having the office spaces, we have the recreational floor, and we have the residential apartment as well. The journey started sometime late last year, coming to the site, demolishing, leveling the whole site, then coming up with this beautiful showroom right there. It's just a step away. And the showroom is meant to showcase what is being expected, for us we are going to build right here on the site. Let me talk more. On the residential floor, we have about 5 different apartments on each floor. We have 3 one-bedrooms and 2 two-bedrooms. And they are like studio apartments that you can run like an hotel apartment. And it offers so many benefits. This is Ozumba, by the way. Ozumba, by the way, is one of the choicest locations on the highland, most especially in Victoria Island. In this same Ozumba, by the way, we have the well-known Civic Towers, Civic Center, 1004 Orientals, and these are our neighbors. We have Radisson Blue just down the road. We also have Intercontinental just down the road. This makes this place one of the choicest locations in the world. Anywhere you mention Ozumba, by the way, I can guarantee you it is internationally known. And the company, Global Property Partners, it's a company that have serious interest in real estate and infrastructure development. Now, our partners, include government, foreign individuals. We have UK, US, Dubai. We have so many partners, and this project also, is going to be built by Cavalli Project and Designs. We have Fullmark, and we have OVHarop, and we are still talking with some big fish, to also partner with us in delivering this project. I guarantee it's a project that everyone that loves luxury, everyone that loves lifestyle, everyone that loves comfort, everyone that wants the best thing in life should be part of. And it's called the Pacific Lagos, powered by Global Property Partners. Okay, let's take a walk into the showroom. So you see a bit of what is being expected here in Pacific Lagos. So we have, this is meant for the engineers. This is where the engineers will operate from. And we have a small lounge for staffs and for engineers and for laborers on site. Then we have a provision also for restroom. We have the storage somewhere down here. And this is the main entrance. That's the gatehouse. You can see our facility. This place is already powered. Well powered. All right. Here's the showroom. And we have some, loveliest faces right here. And on your right, or on your left, you can see the model too. All right. That's the model. And if you come all the way here, more or less talk about what this project is about. Talking about live, work, and play. The truth is, you can live here, you can also work here, and you can also enjoy your life here. This is what we call work-life balance. And this project represents that. Pacific Lagos. Experience luxury like never before. Thanks so much.
We just going to skip to the foundation link ceremony. And please, we will ask, we'll just move out briefly outside. And the chairman, Global Property Partners, will handle the ceremony. Okay.
It's my pleasure on this pleasant, rainy, short day of July, the 4th day of July. It's something that we have to implement anniversary of this nation as a blessing of America. And it's not a a coincidence that we're doing this same ceremony this very important day. And that's why we put on some of the guests part of the day. So, to the children of God,
lay the foundation of Pacific Powers, Lagos, Pacific Lagos. Let's get there. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. I lay the foundation of this lovely edifice, even as we commemorate today. We have seen the beginning, we all will see the ending. It will never be abandoned. The Lord Himself will grant us speed. Every resource that is needed, spiritually, financially, materially, the human resource, the capital that is needed to actualize this edifice we receive in the name of Jesus Christ. Father, we honor you. We adore you. And because He said whatever is committed to you, you will keep. Be a landmark in the history of this nation. And of course, in this nation, we give the praise for Jesus' name.
Amen.
Mr. Babajo is going to be talking to us. We're also going to be having an idea of the structural features of the structure. Special address, vision and inspiration behind the Pacific Lagos. And of course, the Pacific Lagos sales activation. And we go through all the Chief Adiola, the Chief Brand Consultant, the Pacific Lagos. Please round of applause. She's going to take us through all you need to know about Pacific Lagos. Once again, Dr. Ogechi Adiola. Please, another round of applause for her. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, and welcome to today's occasion. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here, and also to thank you for gracing the occasion and the first phase of the occasion. The special guest of honor, Chairman CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri, represented by Mrs. Yemisi Ibrahim, Chairman, IAP Building Solutions Lagos. Our invited dignitaries, the Chairman Global Property Partners, Architect Wenga Onabanjo, other members of the board and staff of Cavalry Business and Investment Group in attendance, distinguished, very, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Ogechi Adiola. I'm the Chief Brand Consultant of this project. I welcome you to the second phase of the foundation laying ceremony of Pacific Lagos. And just a bit of the project. He said I'll take you through the project, but I'll just, a bit of it, just talk through it. It's designed as a prestigious tower showcasing a unique blend of commercial, residential, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, penthouse suites, and play spaces on 14th floor. It's strategically located at 20 Ozumbambadiwe Avenue, Victoria Island, Lagos. The magnificent and modern and classic architecture would echo the spirit of a vibrant urban neighborhood with breathtaking views of the Lagos Lagoon. As I said, it's going to be true. What we have on offer is a truly luxurious lifestyle in Victoria Island and creatively designed that you will live, work, and play. We invite you to invest in this truly luxurious, vertical, mixed-use, high-rise building. Welcome again to the first half of the event, and I'll just briefly take you through how the event will go. So, we will proceed with a video. The second part of the event will be mainly about the Pacific Lagos. So, we'll proceed with the video presentation, and we'll have the architectural design that we'll have our chairman, Architect Gwengo Onabanjo, who will take us through that. And we'll also have engineer Sherif Abubakar, who will take us through the architecture and the structural features. Thereafter, there will be a special address. We'll speak about the vision and aspiration behind the Pacific Lagos, and it will be the CEO, Cavalli Business Investment and Group, Mr. Emmanuel Lutumayowa. Then the Pacific Lagos sales activation, the GPP team will take care of that, and there will be refreshment, music interlude. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. Thank you once again for coming.
Because when you talk about architectural designs, the power of creativity comes in. And when I grow up, I want to be like you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks for taking our time to be with us today. I'm excited to be doing this today for the simple fact that when you put together a dream and you see that your dream is actually being actualized, it gives you a sense of worth, a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. I can't really express how I feel, just seeing the way these things are coming up. Basically, the site, it's about 2,300 square meters on Ozumba Madwe, where we're just coming from. We had buildings there before, and having done the general survey, it realized that there's a certain requirement, there's a certain demand, within the social sphere that a lot of people haven't catered for. So if you notice the catchword, live, work, and play. All the three elements are captured in the philosophy of the design. The lower part of the building, if you look at the floor plan, right, it's in three parts. The lower part is a purely commercial part of it. That's the office where you work. There is a buffer, which is on the 7th floor. That's where you play. And from the 8th floor to the 14th floor, that's where you live. So you work, you play, you live. Or you live, you play, you work. All work and no play. I was told way back in my elementary school, makes finger a dull boy. And I can tell you I was never a dull boy because I played hard and I worked hard. Now, it's a mixed use. And oftentimes in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos, there's a culture that we desire to improve upon in terms of facilities. You realize that the Island in its current state was designed to be the upper class, uncluttered, salubrious environment. That was the desire. But because we often like to cut corners, the amount of infrastructure that we need to provide, we oftentimes don't provide. And at the end of the day, it becomes a problem first. Why did I say that? For a building of this size, we needed a certain number of car parking spaces that whoever comes in, because you're living there, you're playing there, you're working there, you must feel free to pull in your vehicle and get an ample space to park. But oftentimes what happens here is everybody wants to maximize profit. But at the end of the day, in trying to maximize profit, you are reducing the value of the building, you are reducing the comfort that users are meant to enjoy. At the end of the day, rather than getting what you dreamt of, you're getting far less than what you expect. And whatever we're doing here should be comparable with whatever is done in the civilized world. So we're trying to change the narrative. So if you need a car park to 90 square meters of space, we're going a step further to making it like a car park and a half to 90 square meters of space. It's better you over-provide than under-provide, so that the place is uncluttered. So in our design, I'm hoping that we'll get right from the ground floor. We have 3 levels of car parking spaces. We have on the ground floor, we have on the first floor, we have on the second floor. Then there's an adjoining portion to the site where we also created another 2 levels of car park, on top of which we have office spaces. So in total, where we're meant to have about 100 parking lots, altogether, I think we're able to have about 130 cars. Now, the residences that we have, they're basically 2 bedrooms and 1 bedroom. You have the upwardly mobile people who would rather live and play and work in the same environment. And quite a lot of people, Nigeria is a place where people want to come in and do business. And oftentimes they don't need a 3-bedroom apartment or a 4-bedroom apartment. They are quite okay with a studio apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment. So that's in great demand. So what happens is you could actually get an office space from the 2nd floor to the 6th floor and get an apartment from the 8th floor to the 14th floor. So you don't have any hassle. You work at an optimal level because you don't have to contend with traffic. Everything you're doing is within the same block, except perhaps when you go to the mall. Of course, on the 7th floor, good. Now this is the site plan. Initially, this is what we got. Now we realize that there's this portion that it's part of it. The showroom that we came from is actually slotted in there. So, having done this, we now added this for parking facilities. So there is a link between the parking facilities here and the parking facilities there. Now, to maximize use of this, we put a medium rise. After the car park, there are 2 levels of offices. It has its own elevator, and you can always link up to use the facilities on the 7th floor here. And Ozumba, by the way, is such that because it's a dual carriageway, when vehicles go in and they're coming out, because of the size of the road, you hardly would find any tailback in traffic. When we see in Lagos, when after closing time, the vehicles come out at a certain time, the volume of vehicle would empty into the road that's usually 1 lane or 1.5 lanes. So it usually causes traffic. But with here, we're at an advantage because Ozumba, by the way, is a dual carriageway, save for the traffic lights. If they don't work, ordinarily when they do work, traffic will really move. Now, having said that, because of the height it's going, particularly here. That's the level that we have for the residences, that's the recreation area, and that's the offices, and those are the parking. Now the beauty of this is, from any of the rooms, you have a very good view of the lagoon, particularly for the apartment facing Ozumba. Of course, the other one on the other side, you also have a view of the Atlantic Ocean, once you're at that height. And you'd appreciate the beauty of Victoria Island. It's actually very wooded. And this coming in there, it's going to change the skyscape of Ozumba. Luckily, there are one or two other buildings that have come up, and with this one there, I'm sure the bandwagon effect that we're known to have in Nigeria would catch up. The bandwagon effect is good when you're copying something that is good. But when you're copying something that is not good, that's when the reverse happens. But luckily, we're setting a pace here that I think it's something any worthwhile investor would want to emulate. Particularly seeing the infrastructure that we're providing for. The major challenge that we have in Nigeria, which we all know, is question of power. Now, we're getting very innovative in terms of how best we can get power without costing us an arm and a leg. So in terms of the services, we're doing a lot in renewable energy, solar. And in terms of energy consumption, most of these things have been taken care of. And in terms of light, you realize that virtually every space has a natural light, so that you don't have to put on your lights, in the daytime, so that it can conserve on energy. So what I'm saying is, virtually everything has been really thought of. Now, the other thing is in terms of security, which you could come in later. We witnessed some fire hazards abroad, and we're not immune to that happening here. So at the roof level, over time, we do intend to have the heavy part, so that you can evacuate people just in case of emergencies. Okay? So we're putting all the works that we expect in a building like this in any civilized world. We're not cutting corners, and we're believing that given the time frame that we want to do it, God helping us, all that we have said, all that we have shown, even on the images, if we don't surpass it, we'll at least meet with what has been projected. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. That was a very explicit description and explanation about the structure. Well, I used to remember those days. This whole thing started when most of us, I don't know how many people stayed in Face Me, I Slap You Here before we moved to VI. But one thing for sure, I envy houseboys and housemates, because when you have structures like this, there are families who want to have housemates and house helps. So they also enjoy this fantastic whatever. But critically, maintenance is very key for this kind of structure, and I'm sure Architect Benga, you take cognizance of that. it's not really all about putting some of those structures in place, but maintenance is also a very key factor to keep the project rolling. Please put your hands together as we invite Engineer Sharif Abubakar. He is the Managing Director of Cavalry Projects and Designs. Please a round of applause. He's going to be taking us through the structural features. Thank you.
Please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. I would like to discuss about the structural aspect of Pacific Lagos. What is the basic function of a building? The basic function of the building is to provide a structurally sound and environmentally controlled spaces to house and protect the occupants and the contents. So, if you have a building that does not provide these functions, that means it has failed in some of the factors that need to be assembled together to get a proper structurally sound building. So, if you look at Pacific Lagos, basically we have to look at it from both angles of substructures and superstructure. The substructural aspect of the building is the aspect of the building that transmits the load of the superstructure to the soil and provide a very standing platform for the building to stand for so many years. Before we embark on this project, we invited 3 different soil investigation companies to come and provide us with their services to actually know what we have beneath the ground on number 20, Ozumba and Badime. We had to do our soil profile test to about 50 meters, and at the end of the day, with the supervision of one of the best structural engineering firms in Nigeria, Unveiling and Partners, we are able to ascertain the level at which we are going to terminate the piling component of our project. This has been done. More so, it took us a lot of effort to be able to arrive at a very good decision for us to be able to determine what type of structural engineer we are going to employ for this project. And one of the basic factors that we consider is that we need an engineering firm that have a lot of experience on this axis. We profiled most of the structural engineering firm in Lagos, and we realized that Unveiling and Partners, they have done almost 80% of the structures on Ozumba and Badime, take it from Mobile down to Bonica. And that was the basis for which we engaged them to do the structural design of the project. We are going to start the piling work immediately after this foundation laying ceremony, and by the grace of God, we hope that the project will go on as envisaged. Secondly, if you look at the superstructural aspect of the project, the superstructural aspect of the project is the superstructure is just part of the structure above the ground, which you use for any intended purpose that project is meant to serve. So basically, it could be houses, it could be factory, it could be any other structures. But in this case, we are talking of an house, we are talking of a building that is going to about 14 floors. As stated by the engineer architect Onobanjo earlier, this project is occupying about 2,300 square meters, the entire project. And the building itself is occupying about 1,280 square meters. We have an adjoining building beside it that is occupying about 560 square meters. And the other parts of the land are designated for parking, services, and other purposes. But one thing we realize now is that if you are going as high as we envisage on Pacific Lagos, the verticality of the project is very, very important. And we are going to place a lot of emphasis on the verticality of our project, on the verticality of the structure, to ensure that on this axis of Ozuba and Badiwe, the structural appearance of our structure is going to be one of the best. Also, apart from the concrete and other structural aspects that are basically the concrete structure, there are other elements in the building. They are not concrete, but they are still structural. And if you look at the design, there are a lot of aluminium and other component materials that have structural effects on the project, and they are to add to the stability of the entire structure. Also, somebody mentioned about maintenance of the entire structure, that if we build all these houses, what are our plan for maintenance? And I would like to answer that question by saying that, look, maintenance in a building, there must be something that must precede it. And what we've put in place is our services engineer, whose company also is one of the best in Lagos. And they've done a lot of high-rise buildings when it comes to services. Because for this kind of building, apart from the structure, the services aspect is very, very important. The mechanical aspect, the firefighting aspect, the electrical aspect, and other things that form the services, including the...
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to... It's quite important for us to recognize respected individuals here. Please, once I call you, kindly just stand up for recognition. Edie Ayoko Laidi UBA, are you here? Please, thank you very much. We also want to recognize from Zenith Bank, Owankwo Chibweze Okorie. Are you here? Please, can you stand up for recognition from Zenith Bank? Thank you. We also have from Investment One Capital Management Limited, Mr. Jude Anege. Is Mr. Jude here? Please stand up for recognition. Thank you. And of course, still from Investment One, Michael Dobesi. Michael Dobesi, please stand up for recognition. Thank you. From Afri Invest Asset Management, Eredakba Belgam. I hope I got it right. Please, thank you. Still from Jude Obaro and Co., Mr. Jude Onowosa. Thank you very much for coming. We also want to recognize Ikindirim Ogwako, CEO, Shared Insights. Is he here? Please a round of applause for him. Also with us here, we also have Gomesio Partners Property Development Limited. Please put your hand together for Mr. Eseosa Ekagwere. Is he here? Well, thank you very much. We also have Productive People, Mark Igbenedion, CEO. Please a round of applause. Can you just stand up? Okay. We were actually supposed to have a special guest, that's Honorable Abike Dabiri, but we understand unavoidably absent. But to represent her, we have Mrs. Yemisi Ibrahim, Chairman, IAP Building Solutions Lagos. Please, can you just kindly come forward? Please round of applause for her. She has a word from Abike Dabiri.
Honorable Abike Dabiri, everyone, Chairman, Diaspora Missions, unavoidably could not meet this occasion. She sends her sincere apologies and said that they are already partnering with this project in terms of the Pacific Lagos with the people in diaspora. That is the whole process. She said that a lot of people has shelter concerns from diaspora and she's really excited about this initiative, that they can partner with them and sell across all over the country with this initiative. I can see from this presentation that this is a very classy and world-class investment that anybody, anywhere in the world will be loved to be part of this project. I wish the Pacific Lagos all the very best in this, and I wish that you'll all live to walk, live, and play. Thank you.
I need to tell the MD something because my father inherited 6 acres of land in my village. Maybe I can sell them. Come on. This is a masterpiece. A round of applause for Global Property Partners. Let me quickly recognize Shegun Lawal, the Managing Director of Expert Bridge. Please, a round of applause for him. Shegun Lawal, thank you for joining us. Mr. and Mrs. Aliko, I hope I got right. Sfavorite, is it Sfavorite Nigeria? Are they here? Okay, it's a pleasure. Thanks for joining us. All right, moving ahead, because traffic is going to be bad, really, so we need to run fast. It's my pleasure with all honor, to welcome the Managing Director, CEO, all right, Cavalli Business Investment and Group, Mr. Emmanuel Odemayowa. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause for him. Please keep jamming those hands. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. The special guest of honor and chairman, CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri-Rewa, ably represented by Mrs. Yemisi Ibrahim. Other invited dignitaries here present. The chairman, Global Property Partners, Architect Benga Onobanjo, Ms. Yetunde Elias, and other members of the Board of Directors of OMP Limited. They are our joint venture partners in this project. Other members of the board and staff of Cavalli Business and Investment Group in attendance. I also want to recognize the presence of Mr. Babatunde Adaramaja, who is the Director of Global Property Partners. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, so this afternoon, I want to personally, of course, on behalf of the Cavalli Business and Investment Group, welcome every one of us to this August occasion once again. We had the time already at the showroom, Unveiling. We did the foundation day, and right now we've been talking so much about the Pacific Lagos project, which is what has brought us together here this afternoon. I want to appreciate each and every one of us. I know that in Lagos, especially the season that we are, the rainy season, it's not easy, for you to have left, whatever you were doing, with your precious time to come here today. So I really appreciate every one of us, and I think we deserve a round of applause. Thank you. So I'm supposed to talk about the vision behind the Pacific Lagos. I'll talk about it, but of course I also talk a bit about the Cavalli Group. The Pacific Lagos is a project that came out of several years of research that we did. If you go to major high streets in places like Dubai, go to major high streets, Oxford, London, New York, major cities of the world, you are going to see a lot of them finding ways of maximizing the space they have. And so what they do is that they don't just build maybe just offices or just build residential alone. They try to find a way of mixing it, just like the chairman of GPP, Akil Onobanjo, said the other time. So verticality is what is now in vogue, if I could say that really. So, and we did some research. We look around the Lagos metropolis itself. Of course, our first point of call was a place like, of course, Ozumba was our first point of call when we did our research. We also look at a place like Kingsway, and we discovered that there are major offices in all these locations. But we have a major mixed use, in any areas that are mentioned. I don't think so. I think I've seen about one or two of them, but not as major as what we are putting together here. And because we also felt like what we are doing is actually about making history, that is why we put that name to have Lagos in it. Because Lagos itself as a city is a very unique city. Look at the kind of residents we have in Lagos. Everyone is always about hustling, every morning, hustling back in the evening and all that. But again, talking about the hustling part, that is what the Pacific Lagos is actually asked to address. Because like Axel Nobanjo said at that time, once you have a part of this project, maybe for instance, you have part of the commercial and probably you also have a part of the residential. So you're just living in just one space. So you don't have to bother yourself about the traffic in Lagos. Like the MC said at that time that we have to quickly hurry up this program because of the traffic situation in Lagos. So I'll talk a bit about the Cavalry Group. The Cavalry Group, we have 3 or 4 subsidiaries right now. We have Deluxe Residences Limited. We have Global Property Partners Limited. We have a Grand Design St. Jones, and a few other subsidiaries that are still coming up. So the vision of the business is actually, providing top-notch real estate solutions, to teaming Nigerians, to the populace, So we've done our bit actually. There are some projects that we have done already. If you can quickly maybe go to the images where we have the projects. We've done project. This was done by Deluxe Residences, and this is the orchard in Oniru. It's fully built. People are living there. We have our apartments in Ikoyi. It's fully built. People are living there. Several other projects. These are our apartments. Has swimming pool. Has a lot of things. So what I'm actually talking about is the fact that we are actually building, not just trying. We're actually building a conglomerate of business. The truth is that vision just happens. When you set forth to do something, you want to achieve something, and you are so much committed to it, that's actually what is called vision. So for us at the Cavalry Business and Investment Group, our vision is to be able to bring together everything real estate, both commercial, residential, retail, everything you can talk about in terms of real estate. So this is one of our projects too. This is the orchard in Lekki. It's fully built. People are living there. So just to show a bit of our track record, really. So now going back to the Pacific Lagos, we put this project together, and I think I would not say that we have been shocked, but the kind of response we've been having for this project, it's really been fantastic, and it has really been encouraging. So we are so glad that we come to a time that we are doing what we are doing today, laying the foundation for this project. Like Engineer Sheriff Abubakar said the other time, we're taking painstaking efforts over the past 2 years or thereabouts, to do a lot of research, especially in terms of the structure, a whole lot of things. Then one major area that I think we also try to find a way of addressing is because of what we are trying to do is actually very common in this part of the world. We will try to be able to let people understand what we are trying to do. So at the initial stage, maybe about 2 years ago, we had to actually be talking to people, let people buy into that vision. But eventually, the way we are in Nigerians, once we buy into the vision, there's no looking back. So people have bought into the vision, and we are so impressed. I can tell you, as we speak right now, even before we did the foundation lay, we already have clients that have bought into this project. And I think we should also give them a round of applause. So I want to thank you very much. I don't want to pause with so much time. Anyway, right now, I expected us to probably be having our refreshments. We had a long time already discussing a lot of things, especially about Pacific Lagos. So I think we should have refreshments. Then we also talk a bit about what the MC said the other time about the 6 acres in his his father's village. I think we need to talk about that maybe sometime later, really. But the truth is that most of us wish we could bring the lands from our village, maybe put them in just 3 locations. Ikoyi, Victoria Land, and Eko Atlantic. Eko Atlantic. I would have gladly done that really for all my grandfather's lands. So thank you so much. I also want to say this that please, I want people to network as much as possible. What we are doing, we are making history today, and the fact that we are all here to be part of it is actually a great thing. We are very happy about it. We wish everybody success. We wish us safe trip as we go back to our different places. People going back to offices and going back to our homes. Everything we do, we wish us great success. So thank you so much. Thank you very much, and God bless.
If you have any question, I am ready to take the microphone around.
My name is Amy. I'm part of Samurai Group. So I was looking out for the prices of the cost. Said I should stand up and ask. So we did see cost. Some information we'd like to see. Also, the square areas of the rooms of the apartments. Yeah, the square areas. Information too would like to see.
We have 1-bedroom apartments and suites, and we have a 2-bedroom apartment. Then we also have the pen suites. We actually have 14 floors. Okay, thank you. Can you? And this is a typical floor. On a typical floor, we have 2 bedrooms and 3 1-bedrooms. And the residential floor is starting from the 8th floor to the 14th floor. So on 8 to 12, we have the 1 and 2 bedrooms. On the 13th and 14th floor, we have the pen suites. The pencil can give you like 4 to 5 bedrooms, then like 2 lounges, living room. So on the typical floor, for the 1-bedroom, we have one of 69 square meters, and one of 107 square meters, another one of 124 square meters. Therefore, for the 2 beds, we have 151 square meters. For the 69, now our pricing are prorated. From the 8th floor to the 12th floor, the price kind of moves up higher. So starting from, the 1-bedroom ranges between 120 and 157 million naira. The 2-bedroom ranges between 170 and 200 million naira. And I hope this one will not scare us. And the pen suit is 900 million naira minimum. So for this, for the 69 square meter is about 120 million. Guess what? These are actually pre-sales discounted prices. And for every one of us here this afternoon or evening, you have the privilege of getting the pre-launch discounted prices. If you do your research really in that axis, I believe these prices are actually much more lower. If you look and do your research. Now, for you to subscribe, all you need to do is actually pull down 20% of whatever unit you are buying. But on this floor right now, we are also giving out the opportunity for you to do as low as 10%, to subscribe. 10% to subscribe. Once again, I said the 1-bedroom ranges between 120 and 157 million. Then the 2-bedroom ranges between 170 and 200 million. Then the pen suit is 900 million. And you have about 30 months to pay. So if you do your initial deposit right now, then your balance will be paid over 30 months. And again, the project, I'm sure they would have mentioned during the various presentations too, that the project will last for 36 months. I don't know if I've answered the question. Then definitely we can forward more details to you. Then is there another question? All right.
My name is Michael, Professor from Investment Capital Management.
I'd just like some information on the mutual investment plan.
Okay.
So how do we, if say for instance we're to invest, how do we invest and what is the possible exit strategy for us?
It's called PMI and it's called Pacific Mutual Investment. The concept is just, to give opportunity to those that can probably get a bulk fund right now to also participate in this great investment opportunity. Now we've kind of, allocated the 69 square meters only for this. Now, this 69 square meters actually on the 8th floor is 120 million. So the 120, and it's 69 square meters, right? We now kind of divide it into 12 different slots, which give us 10 million per slot. So what means that you can have parts, you can own part of that particular unit. And you are investing into the construction. And like we said earlier, the construction lasts for 36 months. So that's the lifespan of the investment. But the first investment goes for 24 months. You drop your principal for 24 months and you get your returns annually. You can get as much as 15% per annum. So in total, you get 30% over 24 months. After the 24 months, this is 36 month construction, you can decide to roll over. Or you what? Cash out. And again, after the 36 months too, if you now think, okay, I still want to hold on to this investment, what we'll do now, we'll now convert it to rental income. Don't forget, this is divided into 12 slots. So what means that if you have a slot, if the rent ranges between 10 and 15 million for this one bedroom, that means you have 1/12 times, the 10 million total rent. So that's what you get. If you can hold more than one slot though, you can have 2, you can have 3, you can have 4, you can have 5. As much. If you want the whole floor too, if you don't want to buy, but you just want to be getting the returns annually, we can also do that. I guess I've answered that.
Any other question, please? This is money, you have to ask questions. I wanted to even ask if I can negotiate. How much last?
Really, nothing is cast in stone. You can either negotiate higher or you negotiate the same level.
So any other question, please?
Okay. Let's just chip in the last one. One good thing about this project is you have various options. There are actually 3 options. The first one is buying. The second one is PMI, and the third one is PBI. PBI means Pacific Bulk Investments. Now that one now is when you remember in my speech at the show I said we have opportunity for corporate and individual investors. So if you want to really do a lot, get yourself really involved in the project, the PBI gives you the room of investing as much as 250 million over 24 months, and you get nothing less than, it depends on the negotiation though, you can get as much as 16 to 17%. And if you come up with a bigger amount, definitely, it's open to negotiation. So the concept is just to give everybody opportunity to partner with this and identify with this great project. At the end of the project, the truth is, everybody that is involved will be celebrated. And you have that, it's in the history that, yes, I was actually part of the success of the Pacific in Lagos. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I expect a question or a concern that will Pacific Lagos be delivered in 36 months? Will finance not be the issue? You've seen situation whereby you key in and you're now struggling to say, the property developer is not meeting the milestone, and then you have issues. I was expecting somebody to raise that. It means apparently you have so much confidence in us. But I want to reassure us that we've put a lot of machinery in place, cash flow has been perfected, financing will not be an issue, insofar as you key in, you meet your own financial obligation. All right? We also want to appeal to us as we invest. Please, at the appropriate time that you're supposed to deliver on your part financially, please do so. For Pacific Lagos, it will be delivered spot on. Whenever there will be any financial gap, we have already identified and we're going to cover. And as you can see, I have my very good friend here who will also give us very good support. All right, so I just want to assure us that milestones will be met and we will deliver in 36 months. Thank you.
I don't know if I should add this. Once you contribute money, they will refund it to. Is it? No, be so? Refundable. If you decide to want to prove, you can exit. You can exit. I like that one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful time. World-class 1 and 2 bedroom apartments with penthouse suites. This is the Pacific Lagos. I think this project there's nothing like this. And I just want to urge all the investors here, the corporate executives, you don't need to think twice. I don't mind to say you can take a plunge into it because it's a good investment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to come to an end. Refreshment has been served. Let me call on Prince Akinwale Ojomo to give us a closing remark. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Ojomo.
Okay, thank you, MC. My name is Akinwale Ojomo. Again, I'm going to welcome you and thank you for the patience because I know it's about 4 p.m. right now. So we have come here today and I want to talk quickly about vision and the dream, right? The power of the dream. I'm privileged to have met the CEO, very good friend of mine, brother, since 2012 when I moved back to Nigeria. So seeing this now, I know we've talked back and forth about, what we've seen in DC to come and happen in Lagos, Nigeria. So personally right now, I'm kind of excited about this because this is kind of bringing DC into Ozumba, by the way, in Nigeria. So with that, I think I'm going to quickly acknowledge everybody who has come here today, the guest speaker, a special guest, by the way, Honorable Abike Dabiri. Obviously, I've talked to her a couple of times today, and she's very, very apologetic because of giving with the presidency. So she really wanted to come right here. And the rep has really gave the word directly. She's so excited about this project that the diaspora, it's really interested in this program because we all, leave our own countries. I want to come right here. I want to do something. Do a studio, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. Of course, investment as well. Eventually, as well, she was at the Association of Nigerian Physicians. That's the highest paying association of Nigerians in North America. About last week, they had a conference of about 1,000 people in that conference. So they are really interested in this project as well. So I run diaspora innovations in Nigeria, so we're really pushing this project. So this man, pet project, so to speak, being spearheaded by the Honorable CEO. So the chairman as well, thanks for the technical expertise, the other board members, I really appreciate you. And also for the different individuals who have come here today, there's a gentleman from UBA, because finance is very important because you like this, you want to put your name on this. Anyway, so we really thank you, and some other individuals that I won't be able to really mention, but you have come here today to be part of this project. We really appreciate you, and of course, when this is going to be, we are going to reassemble, right, in 3 years' time. So I guess I'm going to be here. I'm going to be around Nigeria. So I really thank you again. So without much ado, for all the team, GPP, Cavalry Business and Investment Group, we thank you for the good job you've done. And I think we are really so excited. I hope you can open my heart and see that this is going to really happen. And we are part of history. So thank you so much for coming.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for honoring this occasion. Ordinarily, because of the circumstances with which we came in here, there was no opening prayer. I would like to call on Mr. Jomo again to please give us a closing prayer for this event, just to wrap up this beautiful occasion. Then we go for refreshment. Thank you. You know, you sounded like a pastor. That was why I had to call you.
Thank you, an evangelist. So I'm going to call Barry, Pastor.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to thank you, oh God, because of the opportunity that you've given us, Lord, to gather at this August occasion. Thank you, oh God, because of vision. Thank you, oh God, because of the reality. Thank you, oh God, because of the funding. Lord, we thank you. Accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. Lord, we also want to thank you, oh God, for the success of the foundation laying. As we are about to go out to our various places of endeavor, or our various places of abode, we ask, oh God, that you grant us journey mercies in the name of Jesus. We pray, oh God, Lord, 3 years after, Lord, it will be a reality in the name of Jesus. Thank you, our Lord and our God, because we ask in Jesus' name.
My name is Tunde Adaramaga, a director in the Calvary Group. Today we're presenting one of our pride, Pacific Lagos. Pacific Lagos is a property that's going to be on 20 Ozubambadiwe. It's a mixed property, you know, which is one of the very first in Nigeria, where you work, you play, and you live. It's a concept that the group put together to apparently change the landscape of property development in Nigeria. Of course, various stakeholders, and like you've known, you have 2-bedroom apartments, 1 bedroom, and so on. So it's key for investors to invest in it. Also very, very important for those that are doing business. You know, they will work, live, and then play, you know, in this mixed property. Basically, it's one of the very best, like I said, and we are very happy with the level of turnout that we've recorded today. And I can assure us that we will meet the deadline, milestones will be met, timelines will be met, and of course, the funding to ensure that the 36 months that we've given for this project is achieved. We want to say from our end that it's going to be a game changer, and so we're encouraging Nigerians in diaspora to invest, because it's also for them. It's packaged for the Nigerians in diaspora to the extent that they can invest and earn return. They can also come into the country without fear of any insecurity or accommodation issues. And so this is very, very key, and it's going to serve the purpose for which it was created. For corporate organizations, they can also use it, you know, and key into some of the properties to ensure that for companies on the island, of course, for their top executives, instead of going to the mainland, entering the traffic of Aja and so on and so forth, it serves the purpose for which it's meant for. And so all these are all encompassing in which Pacific Lagos will be known for. And so I'm wishing all of us, all stakeholders, both the investors, those that have been managing the project, you know, a huge success ahead. So thank you so very much.
My name is Emmanuel Odemayowa. I am the CEO of Cavalry Business and Investment Group. We run Global Property Partners, Dealers Residencies, and other sister companies. So we are here today to do the foundation laying ceremony for the Pacific Lagos. And of course, we also unveiled the showroom for the project, which will serve as a customer service point for interested stakeholders in the project. So, and we are very glad that the event went successfully well. So, like we said during the course of the event, Pacific Lagos project is actually history because of the kind of building, you know, we are putting together. It's a mixed-use building. We have the commercial, you have the recreational at the middle, which also serves as a buffer zone. Then you have the multi-level residential apartments at the top. So what we are doing today, we believe we're actually making history, and that's why we have tagged the project Pacific Lagos. And Pacific actually means something peaceful. So we are bringing something to Lagos, making history. At the same time, we are doing something that will establish a long-lasting peace, in the metropolis of Lagos. So for us, it's a project that we are very happy about, and we are also very glad that we have seen a lot of stakeholders that have been coming up to partner with us on this project, both within and outside Nigeria. So right now, we're doing a lot of stuff, with a group called the Nigerians in Diaspora Institute. So they are coordinating a lot of things for us outside Nigeria, especially in the United States, United Kingdom, and there are a lot of other partners too that we're also talking to in the Emirates, especially in Dubai. So it's a project that's actually so much after our hearts. If you look at the magnitude of the project, you actually understand, the enormity of commitment, that we are put into it. We had over 2 years of research, that we did before we could come up, with this project. And we are very glad today, and we also thank God that the concept, because right now we are just at the concept stage, it has come out very nice. And as we set out to do the construction itself, we also believe very much that everything is going to work out successfully well.
My name is Benga Onobanjo. I'm the chairman of Global Properties Partners, the company that came about this lovely concept of the Pacific Lagos. It's an innovation in real estate development where we came up with an idea of living, playing, and working. Today we did the foundation laying ceremony of the Pacific Lagos on 20 Ozumba Mbadue, Victoria Island. It's an iconic structure on 14 floors with 3 levels of car parking spaces, having from the first floor to the 6th floor as office where you work, the 7th floor where you play, and the 8th floor to the 14th floor where you live. So the concept is basically live, play, work, or work, play, live. So all within the same confines. Now, it's a structure that we intend to build in 36 months, and we've made it available to investors and would-be property owners in Lagos and in the diaspora. We're quite encouraged with the level of interest that a lot of people have shown, particularly investors from diaspora, and of course even within the country. My prayer is that as enthusiastic as we all are, there will be peace in Nigeria that would encourage foreign direct investment. Because where there is no peace, nobody wants to come and invest. And I do pray that within the next 36 months, things would be on the upward swing, and there'll be more encouragement on the part of would-be investors to participate in this scheme. And more importantly, with this concept, there is going to be a lot of buy-in from other investors and other property developers within and around Lagos to emulate the concept, because it works perfectly well. It's such a concept that you don't have to worry about having to grapple with the traffic situation in Lagos, because it's all within the same confines. Having said that, I'd like to say a big thank you to the people that really turned out for the foundation laying ceremony, and they came over to Radisson Blu for the presentation and stood with us throughout. There are quite a lot of stuff they could be doing at this time, but for them to have stayed, I'm sure they really found value and a lot of information for what we're doing. And I pray that as they go back to their various place of abode, the Lord will be with them. Thank you, and God bless you.